Appreciate you hitting the button. Welcome to the How to Hustle podcast with Hank. This is episode 127. You follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I am Hank. That's HYMPE. It's Hank. It's not hype. I'm not geeked up. My brother in the building, special guest in the building. Reintroduce yourself to the audience.
What it do? This She the jeweler, man. Got to the point. I wear a number of hats, but I got to the point podcast popping too. What's
Shouts
good,
out,
man?
shouts out to the point, Ball. You know, we always are all about pumping the city and pumping the things that are going on in the city. So you know what I'm saying? Salute to the point podcast 215. Now,
100.
let's go. We're gonna start this thing off right. We're gonna do this whole situation because you've been posting these videos the last couple of months, and you've been starting them off with reporting live from the city of Philadelphia.
Brotherly love, right?
You send me these joints like every day. You might send me one or two joints.
Yeah, how you feel about
This is why we about to do a whole topic about this because you did one. I think this is
Good
like
one.
one of the first ones that you did when you were saying you was keeping it clean because you said, man, we the stuff. Why do we
Yeah,
always have to go outside of the city to make things happen? Why can't we have those things happen in the city? Why do we not have the major record label here? Why don't we have these things here when we got all the talent in the world? So
100.
this is what we're here to talk about. I think
Right.
we have a problem with an identity crisis in the city, but we're gonna let you start it off and tell us what you think about that.
Now I'm gonna start right here, right? I'm gonna say this here, right? First of all, I believe in order to talk about anything relative to this sort of topic in this city, you have to qualify. You get what I'm saying? You have to qualify, meaning you got to know what you're talking about. You got to come from a certain era. You got to come from a certain element. You get what I'm saying? And I believe I qualify in both areas because I'm 53 years old, about to be 54. I come from that era when Philly had their own identity, and we was big on not copycatting nobody. You feel what I'm saying? And pumping the city, right? Secondly, I think I come from the element because we was out and about. We was part of the trend setting element. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the trends, whether the youngins know it or not, right now today, that they what you call recycling, some of it they don't even know come from our era. You get what I'm saying? And they think it's
That's a
brand
lack,
new.
but that's what happens when you have a lack of education. When you don't
Right.
know who you are and where you come from, this is the problem. That's why I said identity crisis. But go ahead. I'm gonna
Of
let you cook.
course. So I say all that to say in this city in general, I mean in specific, I can speak towards how I seen our culture just damn near disappear, right? But as I was doing more homework, that's all over the world. It's like out with the old and in with the new. That's everywhere. That's not just here, right? But one thing I see in this city is we doing a lot of copycats. Get what I'm saying? We're taking other cities' slang, other cities' bop, other cities' way of dress, um, other cities' way they move, you know, even on the street level. The whole dynamic has changed, right? And I deemed it imperative to speak about because when you start losing culture, what happens or what can potentially happen is you lose identity, like you're saying.
So now I'm me jumping right there where you at. So we did an
Right,
episode. The last episode that I had did before we took the hiatus was on culture. And stating for those who didn't hear that one, always still available on any streaming platform. Just search hype. You Google my name, all that, to come right up. We only accept
right,
5 stars here on the How to Hustle podcast. Uh, our culture is dead. Our culture is in a bad place because there is an identity crisis. There's a problem across the world, like you're saying. There used
right.
to be a time where you knew if you looked at a dude, oh, he from New Orleans, or he from LA, he from the North, he from the South.
You
You
can
could
identify.
you could identify those traits, those, like you said, the slang, the style, all of that. You
Especially
could
in
see it.
Philly, dude. It used to be a time when you go and when you travel abroad and a joke, as soon as you open your mouth, as soon as they see how you dress and how you wear your anything of your swag
Anything that,
is a
yeah.
dead giveaway. They say you from Philly, ain't you? Right? You can't tell
You
that no
can't do
more.
that now. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't.
Dude be from around the corner. You be like, niggas sound like they from the A.
Man, they be doing. I had one of my oldest son, mom, on the phone one day and on a FaceTime. I was talking to my granddaughter, and she's saying this to me: such and such B, so and so B. Yeah, but I said B. When the heck we start talking B? That's New York. When we
and the
start
crazy thing
talking like that,
and the crazy thing is New York been stealing from us for decades.
right? I'm not with that. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I'm not with that. I'm from Philly. You know what I mean? And I ain't come up in that type joint, that copycat era. I'ma stay Philly. That's where I'm from. You know what I mean?
I think like we gotta do a better job of just reaching back. I think we gotta do a better job, but we can't attack the whole. You can't get everybody. You got to start with at least one or two,
Right,
and you get you one, two young boys who listen to whatever it is that you're saying, or try to put them up on just some game. Try to show them some different things and just see if that works. Because you can't
right.
get everybody. Rome ain't built in a
Of
day,
course.
so you're not gonna change the mindset of the people because the mindset is going the whole other way
Right.
than the way that we talking. Because
But
the whole world is going
now
the other
let me
way.
can I interject a question to you?
Go ahead.
When you say that, right? Um, what if the whole thing come around like this here, like I expected to from my experiences with the youth, right? That they basically shut that down and they chalk it off as being outdated, old school. Nobody want to hear that old crap. You know what I mean? It's a new day. It's 2024. It's 2023, like that. What if
Copy and the
that
one
be the what if that be the response that you get most of the time? How do you
But
rebuttal that?
that's why I initially started with. That's why I said you focus on one or two. You know who you're
Right,
dealing with before you start dealing with them. Like you said, again, because you're from a certain era, you look at a person and start to decipher all of that by just his mannerisms, his actions, his movements, his style. You start to break all of that down to see if he's receptive or not. Like same thing if you
right,
break it down. We break it down to this simple. You in the masjid and you tell somebody, hey yo, hey bro, I seen that you was praying and you need to do this instead of that. And if you
right,
see if they're receptive to it or not, then you know the next time that doesn't stop you from the next kid, the next guy. It might be a grown
right.
adult
You
that you want
just
to get
know who's
into.
approachable and who
You
ain't.
just know who's approachable and who ain't. You know that it's
Right,
a young boy who lives around the corner, down the street, or whatever, your son's friends or whatever, who you have influence over, who look up
right.
to you,
Got
who watch your movements and all that. You focus on those people. You
you.
can't.
Right,
That's why I said you can't just go to a random corner and just say, "No, y'all doing this wrong." Because yeah, that's when you getting all that.
right.
You got to go to where it is that you know that the same thing that we was just
So
talking about
what
this
what
couple.
I'm saying, right, Hank, is that what if they chalk off the whole concept by saying, basically in a nutshell, what do you intend by that? You intend by taking us back to y'all way of thinking and doing things that's old school when we in a new time. Why can't we just comply to their what they doing instead of us trying to take them back to our mindset and our way
because
of thinking that worked for
the
our era?
because the answer is in the question. You said
Right.
you doing what they doing. You didn't say you was doing what you doing. You didn't say
Got
you was doing something because that's what you like or because that's what how you feel.
you.
If
Dang, here you go.
some dudes will grow up here and it's like, yo, the boy really just like he just loved the music from Atlanta his whole life. He just
Right,
loved the Florida style his whole life, and that's cool.
right.
Like, so you should probably even if you ain't gonna migrate there, that happens, but that's not everybody. That's
And
one
ain't nothing
dude.
wrong
That's
with
like
being
the
a fan of though.
But nah, hold up. Cause that's the one dude who had the dreads or something though. Or the one dude who had the haircut. That's his own unique style. The
Got
style is not unique if everybody's doing it. Like
Right.
If everybody sounds like they from Chicago
That
when they
does
come
away
past
with
here,
uniqueness. Right.
there's nothing unique if everybody's you know what I'm saying? There's nothing
Right.
unique about
100.
that. But again, it's all it's a case by case situation because you got to see who's receptive and who's not. You got to see who's willing to listen and who's not, who's willing to learn and
I
who's not. You got
think
some
I
people who
think
feel like they know
unique.
everything,
Right. I
so you
think
can't talk to them.
uniqueness. I think uniqueness. Right. To this generation is not even a factor. You get where I'm coming from? Is not as much a factor to them as it is to us because you see it in everything in the music, like we said, in the dress. Everybody's sounding and looking and acting and doing the same thing. And
You
it's
listen to
okay.
three songs. You listen to three songs. It's three different people, and you think it's the same dude. Yeah, that's a problem.
But it's okay these days, is what I'm trying to say. It
I
ain't even a
mean,
such thing as bite. I'm gonna give you an example, right? I'm gonna give you an example. I asked my sons earlier. I said, what's up with main man Rod Wave, right? They said, yeah, Rod Wave, he hot, yeah, he smoke. And I said, but what's up with the allegations and the proofs people coming up saying he's
he
stealing other
stole the
people's
joint.
music and lyrics and putting in his songs? What's up with that, right? Know what they say? Man, he hot, he hot. I had to literally play for them the John Wade took Drake's song
We took the whole joint. Yeah,
words to let them hear it themselves. Then they was like scratching their head, like, I don't know what to say. So I'm saying, is that cool? Because we come up in the era that how you can call somebody hot by using somebody else's creativity. The person you stealing from is hot.
yeah,
All you do, anybody can do that. You hear somebody hot and take their stuff and use it and make the money too. That's no create. Where the creativity at? Where's the
yeah.
originality? It's like
If
that
if I
shouldn't
go
be.
with
That shouldn't have no integrity. You get what I'm saying?
yeah, but it's also about the audience that you got. Again, it all goes back to the audience because the music is subjective. The eyes, the eyesight is subjective. The perception is subjective. There's a
Right,
right and wrong, but these days that people don't want it to be right and wrong. They want it to be gray. Like
right,
you gonna walk left or you gonna walk right. Now people want to walk middle. Like
right,
so, like I said, it's all about your audience. Who's the audience that you're trying to deliver that message to? You got to
right,
read your situation and your surroundings. If this is a non-receptive situation that I'm in, there's no reason for me to give them these jewels. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah,
No,
that's like
no
that's like
wisdom. There's no
anything. You
wisdom
gonna only
Wednesdays for those kind of guys, bro.
right. You only gonna reach who you gonna reach, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's
All
just
right, so
that
now
concept that you asked me about in general. I'm really kind of heartfelt with it because you know, you got gentrification going on, right? Gentrification, right? Then you got that what I'm saying, the loss of culture.
the loss of
And
culture.
so all that combined, when you look up to our city, is not going to be our city no more as we know it.
Nah, yeah,
And that to me, for me growing up here all these years and always taking pride in our originality and our uniqueness and who we are, that'll really be a sting to the heart. You get what I'm saying?
yeah, because then you feel like you're a man without a country.
Yeah, it's like, how can this happen so easily? Like everything new ain't good, man.
This is what happens when you put people in position to handle jobs that they're not qualified for, which is a whole nother topic.
Right.
You got bad leadership at the top is how you have bad soldiers at the bottom.
And that's
Um,
100 too.
Now we're gonna switch it up because now we got a couple of different segments and all of that of how we're gonna do the show. This is Get to Know the Jewel. This is Get to Know She.
Good money.
Sponsored by Custom Hustle. Custom Hustle World on Instagram. It's Custom Hustle Co. on Twitter. We do custom jerseys, custom jackets. You design them yourself. Custom jackets are for the kids and the adults. We do football,
Right.
basketball, baseball, hockey. We got the barber capes if you need those. You cut or do hair. We got the flip flops. We
All
do have
kind of stuff.
yo yeah the
So when it's
CH3s are
big,
what I'm wearing.
I be seeing your wheels, your sneaks out there.
Oh
They
yeah,
on point.
the CH3s are what I got on today, right there, available in
Good
all
money.
colors. We got 4 versions of the sneaks, those the ones, the twos, and the threes, and the fours. Excuse me, the fours are available in all colors. You name a color, we can put it together.
Good
Now,
money.
this is get to know you. Since we're gonna stick with the Philly theme for this one right here, Randall Cunningham or AI, who you going with?
Shoo. I mean, this ain't like a drink champ, John. Like if I pick both, I gotta do something. I gotta do
Ain't no
something
pick
goofy.
move. We don't ride no fences. We going left and we going right.
No, see, the reason why is I thought it would be open for that is because you talking basketball and football.
hmm
So
But
both
which
of them
one
is
you?
my favorite. Both of them would be. I would favor both of them on both
This is
sides.
this is how you
If
come up with
if
a
if,
difficult
if you
question.
gave me, for instance, AI, I'm just keeping it being with you. I like both of them, but that's a rough one, man.
Come on, man. I need an answer. Come on.
I'm gonna pick AI, man.
Copy.
I'm gonna pick AI. Pick AI.
All right. Now, were you more upset about the 04, what was that, the '04 Eagles that lost or last year Eagles that lost? Which one hurt more?
Shoo, another one. I'm glad this ain't drink champs. I don't drink. And by this time I'll be
You've been
staggering out of
saucy.
this joint. Hey, listen, man.
Which one hurt
Uh
more?
just
T.O.
to
hurt
keep
more?
I'm gonna say '04. I'm gonna
All
say
right.
'04 because that's closer to when I was more engaged. I was younger. I'm engaged now, but I was really, really, really in back then. So it
Who
kind of really stung. It stung on both ends, but I'm gonna say '04.
who is your favorite artist?
Who is my favorite artist?
Yeah,
Do it matter genre or
not at all.
shoot, okay, I'm gonna say
We went open ended so we can get you the leeway to go either way you want to
I'm
go.
gonna mess around and say something that's out the box that people wouldn't think. But this is my based on my opinion and my likes, right?
hmm
Marvin Gaye,
Okay, and why Marvin? Why we go to Marvin?
because Marvin Gaye was a smooth criminal, right? And that's the type dudes that are always I attracted to that type of guy. I had an uncle named Cook that was smooth like that, dressed crazy, smooth with the bunnies on the pimp tip, and he was a gangster. And that's what Marvin Gaye give me that impression. You know what I mean? And but Sam Cooke though too, though. You feel what I'm saying? Sam Cooke too. Sam Cooke was before. I'ma say Marvin Gaye. Some people thought I said Michael Jackson, but I'ma say Marvin Gaye.
All right, so this is the last one of these. Now, this is one where we give you a year. You tell me how old was you and the first thing that you think of when you hear this year.
Mm-hmm.
2000.
Uh Rockefeller. Yeah. Beanie
Why
Siegel,
Rock?
Rockefeller run.
All right, it's all right. So it's Rockefeller because you threw beans right out there, so it still ties in with the city.
Yeah, 100.
Copy that. All right. Now
Yeah.
we close the show out with the last segment. That is, what do we need to know? Sponsored by H2H Cleaning. That is H2H Cleaning on Instagram only. Roofing, plumbing, flooring, HVAC cleanups, cleanouts, power washing, remodeling. However you need that situation, we can make it happen over at H2H Cleaning only on Instagram. Now, what do we need to know? What you want to tell us about? You want to talk about the podcast? You
Oh
want to talk?
yeah. Well,
I
yeah,
mean, throw it all out
I'm
there for me.
yeah, I'm gonna put it out there and I appreciate you allowing me to, right? I'm gonna start right here, right? We've been independently filming the podcast, filming and recording the podcast to the point. That's to the point 267 on IG. It's to the point on that's the YouTube channel. And we in the makings of having our own Roku and Fire Stick TV channel, along with an app that you can download to get, to all of our content, right? But we coming up on episode 70. We planning on at the 100th episode throwing a shindig, you know what I mean? We got in the making right now, the joint we trying to put together called Knights of the Round Table. It's like a panel talk, you know what I'm saying? And we gonna probably do that annually. And we gonna talk about the first one gonna be the state of the culture. I'm gonna have people trying to get people like Tone Trump, D1,
Shouts out to Tone. I
Umar
told you that's my
Johnson.
guy.
Yeah, that's my guy too. Stacks, you know what I mean? Like a open panel John to talk about the state of the culture, right? That's coming soon. We ready to launch some merch, our merch in the next week or so. We gonna have merch. We gonna have hoodies, jackets, everything. We gonna have an online store. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be, you could get to it on my IG, hit the link in the bio vibe and go to the store and shop up. It's gonna be a conglomerate of different brands, right? All falling under our umbrella. You know what I'm saying? We got the jewels, we got In Position, we've been doing since 2012. We got To The Point. We get ready to launch a girls joint called Cartel Bunnies. All this stuff is solidified, is legal, Beagle, LLC, patent, trademark. We get ready to pop off with a store. We do a number of things, man. We do the movies. I got a mini series we working on called Jack Moves. Look out for that. A game show. We get ready to launch a game show, hip hop game show, first hip hop game show ever. Hip hop orientated, hip hop based. I believe it's going to become a household thing because hip hop is one of the most influential cultures that is spread it out all over the world. I think it's one of the most influential things in history. So
Ain't no
we
doubt.
we working on that, a hip hop game show. And we just keeping it moving, man, working, man, trying to keep the bills paid, you know what I mean, trying to keep the culture preserved, trying to keep the people aware, trying to pull the youngins up, trying to get us out of this genocide mentality we in. You know what I mean? Just trying to uplift the culture, man. That's basically what To The Point doing in the jewelers, man.
Two things. One, I always mess that up. To the point 267.
Yeah, it's
I always say,
267, yeah.
and I always say 215.
Yeah, cause you throw back. That's why.
And this is a salute to you though, because you had a whole rundown right there, and you missed one that I'm gonna help you out with because you didn't
If,
bring this up.
oh, the
You
music.
copy. Just throw you a little
My
bounce. Just
fault,
a little
man.
bounce. Just a little bounce pass. Come off the screen,
All
man.
right,
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
bang this
say
three
this
on.
here, right? All right, let me go in, right? For years, since I was maybe 13 to 15 years old, when rap first came on the set, right? Rap, I'm older than rap, so I call me and my man called rap our young boy, right? So we seen our young boy come around, the very first rap, hip hop, but I always been involved in the hip hop culture, from graffiti, break dancing, rapping, ever since I was a kid, right? So I always rap since rap been around. I had It used to be for fun when I was a young boy, because back then when I was young, it was no such thing as being a gangster and a rapper. If you was a rapper back then, you was a nut. You was suspect. So I think I was one of the first. I almost know I was one of the first ones that did both, and it was accepted. We used to go to house parties, and if everybody knew my gang from back in the day was some of the wildest little niggas on the street at the time. You know what I mean? We going to house parties, we crash in the house. We do, everybody knew what it was with us. So sometime we would go in there and it'd be cats on the mic rapping. And my squad would push me up, go ahead and shut that down, right? And I'd go shut it down. So I always had that, basically. So I left it alone, like everybody, it wasn't no thing I was looking forward to until I kept going back and forth to jail, right? So one year I came home from jail, and this before the Beanie Siegel run and all that. This was back in 90, I want to say 93, 94. I start messing with it again because I start seeing that it was being lucrative money-wise. So I said, man, I could make money doing this and leave the street alone. Get me? I get to playing with it, and I found out it was a lot of Bojangle stuff, a lot of stuff you had to do
Politics,
to get in the door
man.
that I'm not cut for. So I left off again, went back to the street, went back to jail. Come home, when I'm in jail this time, Beanie Siegel, I get a letter, Beanie Siegel gets signed to The Rock and all that. I was in jail then. I come home from jail, maybe a month later, I'm up there with Beanie Siegel and The Rock, Jay-Z, they ain't all them niggas. Beanie takes me up there, was taking me up there with him. I'm still not decided. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was religious. So I was leaving music and everything alone about being religious, it's haram and this and that. It was a struggle. So I wasn't doing it. And I knew how to do it at a high capacity. So much so that my kids, none of them ain't even know I know how to get down. I never even mentioned it. You know what I'm saying? So, time evolved, things happen. And I get to the point today where as I seen sort of an open door, like the independent thing and all that's going on. So it sort of
It's a different way to get the message out.
it was sort of tailored for a cat like me. Cause I told you I ain't I'm a boss in my own right. I'm not a Bojangle dude. I can't comply to certain things or compromise certain things just to you know what I'm saying? What
Yeah, I
the
can't
game
compromise. I
entails.
can't compromise anything to get something that you want to give
Right,
me.
exactly. So when I seen that open gate, it was like a light bulb, like, damn, I'm gonna take another stab at it on an independent tip, just try to get some money. I never was concerned about nothing else but the bread, not no fame and not no this and not no that, right? So that's what brought me back around today to popping off a little bit, sneaking it here, sneaking it there. But I'm angling for some paper with that. But yeah, I do it, and I do it at a level that a lot of jokers don't do it on.
That first joint that you put and it was like supposed to be anonymous. I'm like, who this nigga think he playing with? Like, I don't know this is him. Cause it's the cadence. You
Yeah,
hear the cadence and it's like, especially if you know somebody, if you know
right.
somebody, they can't disguise their voice from you. So it
100.
was like, yeah, it was like, come on, no, I know this one is you. I'm gonna play along. I ain't gonna just say that in these comments.
No,
You know
because I
what
had
I'm
a
saying?
whole thing I was
Yeah,
going to do with that. Like, if a
yeah.
joker guess who it is, they get a prize. You know what I mean?
But hey,
But
you already
I
know what it
know
is.
people. I'm doing working with some people, man. Yacht Strickland, my guy that I'm working with, that's working with me. He just produced. He co-wrote and produced the boy Jay Brown. You know the singer, R&B singer Jay Brown.
Mm,
You heard of him?
yeah.
He wrote that album, wrote and co-produced it. Jan Strickland. He working on just finishing up Jill Scott next album that she about to drop. He produced that. This the boy that worked with me with my sounds. So, and he,
So
we old friends. We, from way back when I was doing it.
all right, so that means when you get ready to drop a 6-pack or something, then that joint better be tight, and we need to get you back on here to talk about it.
Yeah, but the fact that you say better be tight, right, makes me think that you guessing. You know what I mean? I'm gonna ask my youngin now, is it tight or not? Because if it ain't tight, I'm gonna stop.
That's nah. We want to light the fire under you. We want you to go in and say this joint is hot, but I got something even hotter. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all ain't heard nothing yet. I only
that's
be
why I'm
giving y'all
saying.
little snippets of this
So
and that.
once it drop,
I got about 100 joints.
Copy that. That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. So when you get ready to drop, you let me know, and you know what I'm saying, we make that another episode. But
100.
Oh, I appreciate you coming on. That's episode 127. Assalamu alaikum, Unc.
Wait, so I appreciate you. We gonna tap back in too, man.
Ain't no doubt.
Send me, when we get to doing this, moving this around.
We are out.